I like using History Alive on the computer because I like the fact that instead of being like paper-based and all that, we get to be on the web, which is what kids do anyway. So it's like we could do our homework on the internet instead of doing it on paper, when we're most likely to lose the paper. So that's why I like using History Alive.
I like using History Alive on the computer because I think it's better than the books. Like, do they teach you more than the books do?
This class we use computers, and I feel like I'm more involved in what is going on with the computers.
I like to use History Alive on the computer because it gives us like a different take to everything. Instead of just using, regular books and, pencils and paper, we get to do something more fun, and it's more interesting, and it gets us something better to do. It keeps us from talking. It's way more interesting than just being in a plain social studies book.
It's a fun way to learn and not to be able to just use the textbooks, but to interact with other people, and a fun way to learn.
Using History Alive because it reads to me. I can go at my regular pace instead of going too fast and reading the book. I like it because it reads to me and stuff. I understand it more.
I like the Constitutional Convention because it put us in the seats of the people that we were acting. And I was Ben Franklin. I was supposed to be the peacekeeper between the two so we could find compromise. And that was literally the ultimate goal that our teacher was trying to teach us, was compromise and how to use it and how it was used in Constitutional Convention.
The activity I mostly liked was Do I Have a Right? It helped students realize the importance of judicial courts.
I like the activity Do I Have the Right? Because we get to learn more about the amendments and what they're used for in actual jury cases.
The very first activity in the beginning of the year that we did, it was like a project that we had to try to sell our colony. I had to do Rhode Island, so we had to make a poster. We had to talk to the other kids, try to make them want to come to our colony. It was very hands-on, and we got to walk around the room, so it was very active.
It's preparing me for the future because I know in the future we're going to have to deal with a lot of computers. Like my sister in college, she has to do a lot of stuff with computers. We have to do a lot of uploading and turning in on History Alive.
It's making me type a lot faster. I've learned to do that. I've learned how to get used to the keyboard, and I can type a lot faster than I did when I started.
Well, I think it's taught me a lot more this year than I've ever learned in social studies.
Using History Alive program has prepared me for the future because, it's like a whole new world now than it was back then. And to use laptops and stuff like that, it's real interesting to be not necessarily on the internet, but on the internet and still be doing schoolwork at the same time. It's really, really interesting how students, usually somebody's on Facebook or on Instagram, and we're not on that. We're still online, but we're doing schoolwork.